Hey y'all, I am cooking dinner tonight and I thought I would show you from start to finish what I'm doing one of my husband's favorites, and that's chicken wings. And I'm doing them in the air fryer, and I'm also going to do some macaroni and cheese homemade, so I wanted to share that with you also. But after I make the macaroni and cheese, I'm going to top them with breadcrumbs and bake them in my cupcake pan, so I'll show you that too. But before I put the wings in the air fryer, and I won't keep you on for all of that, I wanted to show you the best way to get crispy wings in your air fryer. So far, I have got these. I shared a video earlier of me cutting these wings apart with my kitchen shears, and those things do cut through chicken bones, so you be careful when you're using them. So I have got salt, pepper, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder, and you combine that and let the wings sit for a good 5 minutes. And then I'm going to add in just a tablespoon of vegetable oil. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in, and then you just toss your wings to coat them. I do my grocery shopping online, and I normally get the little drumettes and wing separately, but this time they sent the whole wing, so I decided I'm going to cut them in half. And first time I've done the chicken wings cutting with the kitchen shears, and I was very, very impressed. Okay, so I won't put them all on, but I've got my air fryer ready to go over there, and I've got my air fryer tray spritzed with olive oil just to help for sticking. So what I'll do is put my wings and drumettes right on 2 trays, and I will bake them both at the same time. So again, I won't keep you on for the whole process. So I'll have 2 trays full of wings going in the air fryer at once. Now, for the macaroni and cheese, you know I love micro cooker. So I'm going to do mine in the microwave. You can do yours on the stovetop, not in this pan, but on the stovetop if you prefer. So this is a simple recipe, and I call it my 2-2-2 easy mac and cheese. 2 cups of macaroni and cheese, 2 cups of broth. Then use vegetable broth. I'm using chicken broth because that's what I had. Lord, y'all, forgot to get my milk. Let me get my milk. And 2 cups of milk. So we got 2 cups of macaroni, 2 cups of broth, and 2 cups of milk. And I'm using the Easy Read measuring cup. You can see all these measure marks from above. So I love, love, love the Easy Read measuring cups. So that is it. Now, when this macaroni and cheese is done, you don't need to drain it. You're gonna have a little bit of juice, but that's what we want. We want a little bit of liquid left. And I will be shredding my cheddar cheese. And when this is done, I will add my cheddar cheese and I'll let it sit for a little bit. Then maybe I'll come back on for the process of showing you what I do next to put them in the pan. So for the macaroni and cheese, this is the 2-part lid. I get lots of questions on this. I put this one down first, and I just make sure it's sitting down in the inner lip that it's supposed to. And any water that's going to boil is going to come up through this hole, and it's kind of an angled lid. You probably can't see that, but it's going to drain back down inside this pan instead of boiling over in our microwave. So I'm going to put the lid on, put this in the microwave for 15 minutes, sometimes 18 minutes. I'll check it and see. And then my wings will take 30 minutes in the air fryer. These will take 15 minutes in the oven. So they should come out time just about right. So y'all stay tuned, and I will be back to show you what it looks like. Thanks. Okay, y'all, my wings are halfway through, and it beeped at me that it's through the halfway through point. So I press this button to pause the cooking. Now, you can open the door and it will pause, obviously, but your cooking time on Pampered Chef's air fryer will continue to count down. So by doing what I did, hitting the pause button first, that pauses my cook time. So what I'm going to do is take these trays and take the one that was on the bottom and move it to the top, and take the one that was on the top and move it to the bottom. So they are halfway done. My macaroni has just beeped for its 15 minutes. I just put that there to catch any grease in case. That's my old bar pan. So now I'm gonna push that, start it back. Macaroni is done. I'm gonna add my cheese, and then I'll come back on after my cheese sets a little bit in the macaroni and show you how I'm gonna do that in my cupcake pan. I've got my cheese all shredded up, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, I figured it was not fair to not let you see what the macaroni looks like when it comes out, and it rarely happens, but I did get a little bit of boil over. I don't know if y'all can see that right there on my pan on both sides, but I was pushing it to the limit with 2 cups of macaroni and then 4 cups of liquid. So this is what it looks like. You can see that the milk is almost gone and the broth is absorbed in. I did microwave this for 18 minutes. When I took the lid off, after 15 minutes, I still had a little more liquid in there than I typically like. So I went for 3 more minutes. So I have microwaved this 18 minutes. So I've got my cheese shredded. And y'all, I tell you all the time to shred your cheese. This is an 8-ounce block of cheese. When you buy cheese in a brick form, a block form, they price it by the weight. When you buy your pre-shredded cheese in a bag, they price it by the volume. So in this 8-ounce block of cheese, I measured it to be sure, but this is exactly, maybe just a little over 2 cups. 2 cups is 16 ounces. So I got 16 ounces out of half of my block of cheese. And in that bag, you're not going to get that. Plus, the bag has that wax coating that they say is made like from tree bark. And that's what keeps it from sticking together in the bag. So they have to put cellulose, I think is what it's called, in there. But I'm telling you, if you ever start buying your own, you're going to save money, but you're also going to love the flavor. So now I have to just let this melt. All this cheese melt in there before I put it in my cupcake liners. I have got 2 tablespoons of butter, and I've got a half a cup of breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna melt this butter in the microwave, add my breadcrumbs into it. I'm gonna scoop this macaroni in these cups and top it with those breadcrumbs. Now look at that cheese. But I really have to, I'm supposed to stir it, let it sit with the lid on it for about 5 minutes is what I'm gonna have you do in my instructions, and let all of this cheese melt and incorporate it. Y'all look at that. You just don't get cheese that delicious unless you shred your own. All right, so y'all stay tuned, and I will come back when everything is done. And I'll go ahead and put these in the cupcake pan. I'll take a picture of them to share with you and get back to you shortly. All right, stay tuned. Okay, y'all, everything is done. And I've just taken these wings out of the air fryer. I don't know if y'all can tell how crispy they are or not, but they are super delicious. If you've never done them in the air fryer, I sure hope you will try it. I've got some already on our platter here, and I'm going to put some in a little bit of our barbecue sauce. My husband loves my homemade barbecue sauce, so that's what his are going to go in. Let me get this out of the way. Let me move it over here. Okay, go ahead and get that out of my way. So then I'm just going to toss these. You can put any sauce or no sauce. I don't like mine with sauce, but he does. So I love doing them both ways. I almost used all of the macaroni and cheese. You can see I had just a little bit left, so I've got that in the middle here. I'm just trying to coat these good. It smells delicious. Of course, I think my barbecue sauce is delicious. All right. So I'm going to put these on this side for him. Yum, yum, yum. I didn't cut too well on that one. A little short on the leg there. All right, so I'm gonna sit this out of the way. Now, I did decide in my cupcake, mac and cheese cupcakes, to put them under the broiler for a few minutes. Well, I walked away and I forgot. So they got a little more brown on the top than I typically like them. But luckily I like toasted, very toasted, so that is going to be delicious. My grandchildren would probably say, Nan, you burnt that. But anyway, this is what they look like, and I take these to parties a lot, and they are well loved, and that's why I do them in the cupcake pans. You can, in the cupcake liners, you don't have to do them that way, but they're just easier to eat that way, especially if you're at a party or something. They can just kind of peel it back and eat it. So I'll put a few of those on this tray also. This pan's still hot and I'm trying to get them out. And then everybody can just come in and get what they want and eat when they want. Wings to me are good hot or cold. Even macaroni and cheese is good warm or cold to me, but I like it warm better than I do cold. So there we go. This is our entertaining platter, and you've probably seen me cook taco rings on this before, but I love using this too. And I had 2 cupcake pans out, and I meant to mention that earlier. You may have noticed it. I'm a visual person, so I like to show you things in person. This is the mini cupcake, and it has 24 wells in it, and the one that I used today is just our standard size muffin pan with 12 wells. And the grandchildren, if I know that I have all of them coming, I'll usually do this same thing in the mini cupcake pan. Muffin pan is what we call it. I call it a cupcake pan. So that is it. Quick and easy and delicious. And I will share, oh, sorry, I gotta get used to these new counters being so loud. I will share both of these recipes in the comments for you. And thanks for watching. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.